Hi everybody! Today I'm going to share with you my grocery haul. So I just got back from the grocery store and we're preparing for a weekend of a lot of snow. Apparently it's really foggy out now. It snowed yesterday and the day before. It's rainy now. We've got snow coming tonight. So I just wanted to pop into the grocery store now so that I would have plenty on hand for this weekend and also to get us into next week. So I already have a lot of supplies between like my fridge and my freezers and my pantry back there. You know, I've got a lot of stuff already kind of stocked up. So I'm gonna make it work with a couple of meals like our lunches for things that we already have. And then I bought a couple of new things for dinner. So let me show you what I got for groceries. And then this weekend, I'll show you some of the meals that I make. Hey Bug, are you helping? Yeah, I think you're gonna, okay. You patrol the floor, thank you. So here are the groceries that I got. I got some King's Hawaiian rolls because I have a craving for this very naughty like sandwich. So we have some leftover pepperoni. Had to buy pepperoni for something, a lot of it, and we have a bunch left over. So I like to make a warm sandwich. You put pepperoni and mozzarella cheese on a Hawaiian roll like as a slider, and then some like sauce and seasoning stuff over the top. Bake it in the oven. It is so good. So I'm dying for that. And because we still have a bunch of pepperoni, but no rolls, I thought I'd get the rolls so I can make that as like a snack or lunch or something. I got a loaf of bread and I like buying it in a half loaf for our sandwiches. And then I got this loaf of Italian bread with some seeds on the top for paninis. I also got some black beans because I think they're a good thing to just have in the pantry because you can put it in a lot of different dishes. And I actually like black beans, I'm discovering. So I thought I'd have those just in case since I know we're out. I got this huge jar of chunky peanut butter. Normally I don't buy them that big, but the grocery store was kind of out of a surprising number of things. I got Silk oat milk. Yeah, I had to think because it's still kind of new. I change up the kind of milks we get all the time. I don't know. It just kind of depends where I'm shopping and where and what they have wherever I am. And so they had oat milk there, so I got that. I also got some Romano cheese, grated Romano, because we're out and I always like to keep some in the house. I've got 2 logs of pre-sliced mozzarella cheese. That's for our paninis also. And I got some frozen salmon. That's definitely going to be for a dinner this weekend. And frozen strawberries, pesto sauce, and sugar snap peas. Oh, that reminds me. I hope we have ranch dip to dip the veggies in because I wanted some veggies and dip. And oh boy, I didn't check and see if we had dip. Okay, it might be plain veggies then. I got some pears, some Roma tomatoes, some 50-50 salad mix, and this has spinach in it. So I actually will take some pieces of spinach out and put them on my panini whenever I make those this weekend. I like to throw this kind of thing into salad because, you know, it's just more greens and veggies and like it's a really healthy thing to add. And also it just gives your salad like a little something extra besides plain lettuce. So it's like a power blend of superfoods with all that good stuff in it. And I got a big bag of carrots and I've got 2 cucumbers, 2 sweet potatoes, and some other items that aren't food, but I needed more dish gloves, so I got dish gloves. I also needed some more magnesium vitamins. And I got this pink vinyl tablecloth because I don't have a Valentine's tablecloth for my kitchen table, so I'd like to try that. And then this is food. You know, this is completely necessary. Also, it's these cherry hearts. They're like really firm, gummy hearts, and we get them every single January and February for Valentine's Day. We've already eaten a bag or 2 of these here at my house. We love them. I don't know why. We just got hooked on these a long time ago. So every Valentine's when these come out, we get these. So that was my grocery haul for today. And like I mentioned, once I get going with making some meals for this weekend, then I will try and show you some of what we make. Okay, I was super hungry, so I decided to whip up the really bad for you sliders. So my hands are washed, and 1, so I'm gonna touch it, and don't worry, my hands are clean. And 2, I'm not eating all 4 by myself. So you take the buns apart, you know, put the bottom half of the bun in the pan, and then I put the pepperoni, and we have some shredded mozzarella. So I wanted to use that up. So you put that on, and I mean, obviously use any combo of meat and cheese that you like. not or veggies also. Put the top of the bun on, and then here's the sauce. It's some melted butter, Worcestershire. There's some mustard in there, a little brown sugar. There's a couple, I mean, there's a bunch of recipes. I have a couple that I look at on Pinterest. So I just kind of do like a mix of the ingredients that the different recipes call for. So that's all melted and liquidy, and then I take my silicone brush and brush the saucy stuff on the top of the sliders. And then I'll bake these. The recipes say, some of them say that you can bake them for a while covered and then uncovered, and it's a whole thing, but I'm hungry, so I'm baking these once. I'm not like putting them back in the oven for a bunch of fancy stuff. I just want to get them going. So now I'm going to pop them in. Okay, the pepperoni sliders are out of the oven, and they look good and they smell really good too. I'm going to start getting some stuff ready for dinner. So we actually already had carrots, and I just did not see them in the fridge. So I'm going to use our older carrots that we already had for dinner tonight, and then I'm also using red potatoes, which we already have. So we're gonna have roasted carrots and red potatoes. So for our roasted veggies, I did not actually need to buy anything. I had all these ingredients in the house. I really don't mind having extra carrots though, because you know they last for a really long time, so it's fine. And then all the seasonings and things that I use for them we already had. So I use nutritional yeast, olive oil, garlic in a tube. It's my favorite. It's super easy to use. And then salt and pepper. I'm going to get the salmon ready too. So these are the salmons from the grocery store earlier today. Wild caught salmon. I hope that's the healthier option. And then this is the mixture that I'm going to put on top of them. So it's a little bit of olive oil with dried parsley and garlic and Parmesan cheese. And I'm going to spread it over the top. So while the fish and the veggies are in the oven, I'm going to start making some brown butter chocolate chip cookies for dessert. And I've never done this recipe before, and I hope I browned my butter okay. It's cooled, but it's got a bunch of bits on the bottom. This is different. Okay, our cookie dough is all done. This is not a very big batch, but I'm going to put this in the fridge. I might save, I don't know if I'm gonna make them tonight or tomorrow, but I had all the ingredients for these. So I do wanna say that I did not have to use any ingredients that I didn't need to buy anything. We had everything already in the house. I mean, I know it's pretty simple and basic stuff, but that was good. So I didn't have to add anything extra for these to my grocery list. So now I'm gonna put the lid on and pop these in the fridge. So our dinner for Friday night is ready. It's our salmon and roast veggies. It really does smell delicious. The garlic, Parmesan, parsley topping on the salmon, it's really making everything smell so good. And any tips for roasting veggies would be appreciated, because I roast mine at 425 and I put the pan on the very bottom rack, like slot for the oven, and I still can't get them to brown as much as I'd like them to. So any tips on getting nice brown roasty veggies, please let me know. Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday morning, and here's what I'm making for breakfast. For breakfast this morning, I'm going to make us a smoothie. So I have mostly frozen fruit. As soon as the weather gets nicer and the strawberry and blueberry prices get a little bit lower, then I will be doing more fresh fruit in my smoothies. But at the moment, I'm doing mostly frozen. So I have some chopped frozen spinach. I just put a little bit of this in to give it something green. And I have mango chunks. Most of the fruit that I'll use is strawberries. And then I also will use frozen banana, and we have some fresh blueberries already, so I'm going to use those. So of this stuff, all that I had to buy at the grocery store the other day was the bag of frozen strawberries. I have some flax milk in my fridge that's already open, so I'm working my way through this. So I want to use this first before I open up my new oat milk. And I'm also going to be putting in a scoop of protein superfood powder. Okay, it's pretty thick. I think this is going to make 2 big smoothies. That's got to melt just a little bit. Warm up just a smidge so it gets a little bit thinner. But because of all the fruit, I realized I put like an interesting mix of fruit, just a bunch of stuff that I threw in. But because of all that, it helps mask the taste of that protein powder, because that's a really strong green tasting protein powder. So I like to cover that up. So now I'm glad I did all that fruit. Okay, so for lunch today, Saturday, we're having chicken nuggets, which we already had in the freezer. So I have to bake those, and we're gonna cut them up and put them on our salad. Normally I would use like chicken strips or something from the freezer section without the breading, but since this is what we had, this is what we're going to use. So I'm gonna bake them, cut them up into pieces, and then put them on our salads. And I need all the stuff pretty much that I bought at the grocery store the other day. So our 50-50 salad mix, our power blend, and our cucumber. This is the final product. Here's my salad. I didn't want to put any tomatoes or carrots in. I just don't feel like it. So it's going to be a really green salad other than the little chicken nuggets on top. So for dinner tonight, we're having tomato, mozzarella, and pesto paninis. And all of these ingredients I bought at the grocery store. So my bread's cut. I'm going to put some olive oil on the top and bottom, like the outsides that are going to touch the grill pan. And then I spread a layer of pesto on the inside. Oh, I forgot to get the lettuce out of the fridge. So our 50-50 mix for our lettuce has spinach. I like to put a little spinach, at least on mine, because it's just a little extra healthy something. And then I will cut our tomatoes, and I'll layer our tomatoes and mozzarella, put the top on, and put it on the grill pan. So these sandwiches ended up being really thick. I think I left the cheese and the tomato cut a little thick. So, that's okay. So I'll give them a minute like this to start warming up, and then I'm going to put the lid on the pan in a minute to help smush them down. Well, they're not as flat as other paninis probably. Oh my gosh, look how thick I cut that tomato. Anyway, they did pretty good, I think. And the cheese is nice and melting. They're nice and warm. And the grill marks look great, so the bread will be nice and crispy. It's time for dessert, so we're going to have some cookies and watch Bob's Burgers, which we do a lot because I love that show. But this is the cookie dough I made yesterday, so I just baked it. And I even tried sprinkling a little bit of flaky sea salt on the top. And I hope it worked out. I hope it tastes okay. I've never done that before. Good morning, it's Sunday, and I'm going to just make a really simple, easy, late breakfast because our plans changed a little bit today. My dad's coming over, so that kind of changes what we would normally eat, because I have to make sure that the food I make, he'd be willing to eat as well. So he's not here quite yet, so I'm probably gonna make us paninis for lunch. I think he'd be willing to eat those pesto, tomato, mozzarella paninis. I think he'd be okay with those. But that changes up, you know, just some snack and dinner plans. No big deal though. But for the moment, I'm going to make some really quick breakfast, and I'm gonna have some oatmeal. The oatmeal that I'm eating is maple brown sugar, and I have a whole like box of this in the pantry, and I just keep it around because my dad does like oatmeal, so he's willing to eat some sometimes when he's here, and then occasionally I'll have some. So it's a real quick, easy thing for me to have this morning. And then I'm going to add it, instead of water, I'm going to make it with the oat milk that I just bought the other day. I heated up the oatmeal. I'm really hoping that it thickens up a little bit because that's pretty watery. But I added as much milk as it said to. It said 2/3 cup of liquid, so okay. And then I'm also having some raspberries on the side. So for dinner Sunday night, I'm making soup, and I used up the carrots that I already had in the fridge and then started on the carrots that I just bought. And I already had an onion and freezer veggies, so I'm putting in frozen corn and frozen spinach and some frozen peas. I'm also using a vegetable base broth, and I already had this, and this in my pantry as well, some brown rice. Here's my finished soup. So it's got lots of veggies and a little rice, and it tastes pretty good. I like the veggie broth that's in it, the base, but I think I might next time do chicken instead, just to give it a little more flavor. And I also added a little bit of grated Romano cheese on top. And we're having some leftover bread from our paninis. We cut that up and we put a little butter on, and we're having that on the side. Okay, everybody, thanks very much for watching. This was my first try at showing like a grocery haul and then what I make with some of the groceries, so I don't know how well I did, but I might try this again in the future. But next time I think I'm gonna get a little more like organized with it. I'm not sure. I'm gonna see how this goes. So yes, I hope you enjoyed seeing the groceries that I bought and then just what we ate over the weekend. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.